you guys excited to be here?
Yeah!
So I want to see that excitement through November, so keep coming back for Mariela, and that's how you get it done. And so I'm excited to be here for Mariela, who's a public servant before anything else. Actually, that's not true, she's the mom first, but the reality is that the status quo has left many people behind, and the pandemic highlighted that work and highlighted who steps up and who sits back. And Mariela and her family have never hesitated to stand up for this community. You need someone who's invested, and so I'll tell you about my last 10 years in office, and it'll be brief, don't worry. We legislate on experience, and so we bring that experience every day, we bring that passion every day. And so you have someone here who has a lot of skin in the game in this community, who has experience in this community, who's been raising her family in this community, who has a business in this community, who's been stepping up day in and day out, asking folks, what do you need? Never expecting anything in return. And I don't think she expected to run for city council when she did the first time, and we're here again. And ultimately, that experience matters. And so you have someone that is fully invested, and at the end of the day, that's how you change the game. That's how you ensure your community gets what they need. That's how you ensure you deal with those equity issues, whether it's on parks, and we've been waiting for a long time for those parks, on resources, on helping small businesses, on lifting up our communities to make sure we're not leaving behind our middle-class families also, which is what's been happening these days. And so when she asked me for the endorsement, I will tell you the truth, it was a little bit hard for me, because I had another woman on the flip side. I'm also the chair of the Legislative Women's Caucus, and so it's not something I took lightly. But when I talked about it with a few folks, I went back to my roots, and I went back to what I would want. And at the end of the day, I want someone who's going to be grounded, who's going to be a person first before a politician, who's going to be a public servant first before a politician, and who's going to fight day in and day out to move every single family forward, not just the ones that are at her door every day, but all of them, irrespective of who voted for her. And so I went back to those roots, and at the end of the day, Long Beach deserves that type of passion. You deserve that type of passion. If we're going to move everyone forward, you need a public servant like Mariela Salgado. And so I was happy to endorse her. I'm happy to be here with her today, and I'm committed to do my part to help her get across the finish line. And so I appreciate that you're here today. But I ran many hard campaigns, and you can beat the odds. It's not that hard. I've been outspent 11-1. They've thrown everything, cleaned the kitchen sink at me. You can get through that, but you only get through that with all of you. And so I hope you keep coming back and keep having her back. As a Latina woman, too often we get left behind. We get ignored, we're in the shadows. But the way to get it done and make sure we have her sit at the table is by coming back constantly and telling her, we have your back. And so thank you for being here for her today. I'm here for her. I have your back, Mariela. We have your back. And let's get this done. Let's win this. Yeah.